Hello and welcome to the Battlin Barrow and a sort of prop making video for my D&D campaign. It's now into its third year, and last year we ended it when one of our players met with death, and I always said resurrection isn't just as simple as popping to a temple and paying someone to resurrect your body. Death's quite difficult. Only a few people in the game world can do it, and it's not very, the knowledge of it isn't that commonplace on how to resurrect someone, and it's expensive to do, so my players knew that from the get-go. But I'm going to give them a chance to resurrect Walker in question. Now, one of my players' backstory right from the very beginning was they stole an ancient tome from the College of Gallantry because they felt that it shouldn't be in the hands of mortals. It was too bad. We've sort of referenced it a few times throughout the campaign now, but I'm going to utilize that as the how to gain the knowledge to resurrect someone, because I've sort of built it up to be the Necronomicon from Lovecraft and, more importantly, the Evil Dead. So I thought in this one, what we're going to do is we're going to make the Necronomicon prop with pages in, but what we're also going to do is leave some of these pages blank, add some invisible ink so the players can sort of cast magic on it and use UV pens then to get a message there. So that is what we're going to do. So first up, we are going to need to get hold of these pages. You can of course make them yourself, or you can do what I did and find some online and download them. I'll put a link in the description. It's a pay what you like situation for them, but I downloaded all the pages. It's basically for prop making for the Evil Dead series, and I downloaded all 3 movies worth of pages, collated them and printed them, and that's what we're going to look at now. And it's just printed on this paper that I got from Amazon, which I'll also put a link to in the description. So first up, let's have a look at the pages printed out. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is get the pages sorted. You could of course just hand draw these yourself and print them out on white paper and stain it an age of tea, or you could do what I do and just download some replicas of the Evil Dead film pages, and I get mine from somewhere called elderprops.com. I'll put a link in the description. They've got replicas of all 3 Evil Dead films, so I downloaded all of them. You can pay what you want, but I recommend throwing them a few dollars their way for providing this. And next, we can come back to the paper, and again, as I said, you could just print them out on white paper and age it using tea and stuff, or you could do what I've done, and this is from somewhere called the Lazy Panda Card Company. I'll put a link in the description for this. I got it from Amazon, so I'll put a link in there. And what this is A4 paper that is already aged and distressed for you. So yeah, this is great. So I'll just use this and print off onto this. And speaking of printing, for this we're going to want to select booklet, and what this will do is will collate each file into sort of a booklet, and it will print them on both sides, so when you fold it down the middle it will be a booklet. And yeah, when we're done we'll put all 3 sort of files together and we'll have a booklet. There'll be some blank pages, which is good because that is what we need, because we will be writing some hidden messages on there a bit later on for my players. For now we need to attach these together. On a review of drive-through RPG stuff, I did like a stitch binding tutorial for PDFs, but for this I'm going to cheat. I'm going to get a staple gun and I'm going to get an old bit of foam that you can see here that I just put underneath, so the staples go into. So we'll just fold the booklet in half just to roughly get where we're going to staple it. Again, at this stage, if you want to stitch it, go ahead, feel free to stitch it, but let's just staple it. Get an old bit of foam. I'm using a staple gun just for its power. A normal stapler might not be good enough. A staple gun, and I'm just going to put some straight through here. That will save you the audio of the loud pop it makes. And I'm going to put a few staples, but I'm going to put some in the top and bottom, just hold it in place. and then put about 6 up the spine, just here and there. When we're done, it's just a case of flipping it over and folding over the staples, because they'll be sticking straight out. For this, I just use a hammer just to bend them over. Just it's weighty, and you can tap them down to get them real flat. It just saves stabbing yourself with staples in the fingers. Once we've got the hammer out, we can bash the fold down to make it even sort of nicer for us, flatter. What we'll find is the where we folded it, some of the edges it sort of sticks out at the end. There's a bit, you know, it's not quite flat here. So what I'm going to do is come in with a metal rule and a knife and just trim that bit off so it's all nice and even. For the actual cover of the book, I'm going to use this 12-inch 1mm thick chipboard because it's the exact length I need. For the width of it, it's going to be the page length with a few mil, 1/4 inch extra either side. So I'm just measuring that out, and I'll cut that down, and we fold this in half. Found it's easier to measure out the halfway mark, score down lightly with a blade, and with the rule still in place, just fold it over. Okay, now we need to put a sort of face on. So for this, I'm going to use tinfoil and hot glue gun. I'm going to sort of mimic the look of a Necronomicon from the films. So yeah, I'm going to use some tinfoil just to sort of create snakes of tinfoil and use those to create like eye shapes, a nose shape and a mouth shape. Once you're happy with what you got, you can then use the glue gun to stick these into place. And once we've got a glue gun out, we can add some extra sort of finer detail with it, like these sort of ridges and lines and what have you. Just add a bit of nice bit of texture to it. Next up, we are going to cover it in tissue paper and PVA glue just to give it a nice, speaking of texture, one like a aged book leather dried flesh look. So with this, I'm just going to cover the whole thing in this cheap PVA from the pound shop, because this stuff is really liquidy, which works great. Using a watered down brush, add a bit more liquid, spread it out, and then get a bit of tissue paper, this can be bathroom or kitchen paper, and lay it over the top, and then with your watered down brush sort of dab it down so it soaks up all that liquidy PVA. And we're going to do this over the entire piece, just the front side and the back side. Inside I didn't bother with, so I didn't think there was a need. Sometimes you might want to add a bit more glue to the outside just to add some extra strength, but you shouldn't really need to. It's just a case of working it all round. Painting next, starting off with an undercoat of a dark brown, a burnt umber in this case here. Then I'm going to come in with a raw sienna to dry brush the raised edges. I won't do any dry brush inside the eye depth and the nose and the mouth. I'm leaving that pure burnt umber. You can go as heavy or as dark with this as you like. I go quite heavy in the end. And then when that's dry, come in with a black wash and put that all over, particularly paying attention to the darkest areas of the eyes, nose and mouth. And this is what it looks like when you've got it all painted. We just now need to attach our pages to the inside of the book, and for this I'm just going to use some hot glue. So I'm going to run a long bead of it along the inside fold, quite a bit because I want it to be held in place. Take the pages and hold them in place in a vertical upright manner until the glue dries. But it's hot glue, you've only got a minute or so before it dries, so you can blow on it as well to speed the curing process up, but it doesn't take long. And so at this stage I'm left with something like this, a book with some spoopy pages going on inside. pretty cool. And one thing you notice is sometimes there's these spare pages. Now what I'm going to be doing is in invisible ink writing a message here for my players to discover using a UV pen. They've got to sort of scour this book to find out what's what. So for this, I just got this from Amazon, Invisible Spy pen set. Let's have a look what's inside. Have I tested this yet? Nope, just open it now. So we have 2 pens. Okay. 2 pens. But both pens act as a... They do. Excellent. So you have the instructions here. Yeah, I can't read that with my eyes, so I'm going to use the camera. Product requires a button. Oh yeah. Button information. Don't eat the battery. Don't be a battery eater. What's this? Battery warning. Really don't eat the battery. That's exactly that. So we got that. Let's have a bit of scrap paper. Yeah, that's cool. So it's got 2 pens, so I can do hello dudes. I love the fact the pen is going to be the one, and it sort of looks like a wand, so I'm just going to give that to people. I might snap this off, cut this off, and get rid of the sticker here, and this will be the spell. So yeah, oh wow, that works great. So hello dudes. Wow, on camera when I've got it here like this, you really can't see it because it's blowing out the camera, but I can clearly see that there, the hello bit right in the middle. So that working lovely. I'm going to see how long, give it a few days just to see if this dries, but that is the plan. Does the other one work exactly the same? Was there like a different ink? Are they different inks? On. No, they work just as well. So that means 2 people could sit down and read it themselves. Just right in here. This is harder than what it needed to be because I can't see what I'm writing. But hopefully you got resurrection. Yeah. Just going off the page because yeah, this is really hard to do. Okay. And costs 25,000. I've done that in 1,000. I've forgotten already. Oh, that's better, isn't it? I should write like this. That's how I'm going to do it. GP. And here's my little extra because I'm the DM of this game. The levels of XP. Now this, in my mind, this would be written more in game for them, but this is just, I'm breaking it down to make it easy. It'd be like some sort of massive word, and obviously it won't say 3 levels of XP and stuff. That's how much it's going to cost. 3 levels of XP. And high level wizard to perform ritual. I don't know whether it's 17 plus. Now, yeah, this would be written in this is written for the players, but in the book, this would be what they're reading. The book is written for the characters. So that's, if hopefully that makes sense. This isn't actually what's written here. Isn't actually what's in the book. It's more thing, but this is what it breaks down to for the information for the players. And the 3 levels of XP don't have to come from one person. Now I'm going to see that's a little test of my players. Really, would they agree to it for a start? Will they take those 3 levels off of Walker? Will they take the 3 levels off each other? 1 each. You've got 3 players, 1 each. It's a kind of a test. I want to see where they're at with it. Ritual. Hang on. Yes, I forgot to say. So. Effort. Location. Okay, so I want it to also be performed at a specific location, and I have terrible handwriting. There's that. So we're going to perform this, and yes, I am speaking with the pen in my mouth. Oh. Do you remember that island? There's that mountain with a skull on. What's that all about? I'll tell you. Some palm trees. Here. It's the mountain on that island. Yay. Will they get this? That's on the... Does it show up on the back? It doesn't. That's good. On the back here, I might draw a picture of their island. So I've got to get the map. And I've got one more blank page that I don't know what I'm going to do with yet. So I'm going to probably do that off camera now, because you'll get the idea. So here I'm going to draw a picture of their map. Something here I might just have something here, maybe a warning, may not come back, yeah, something like that. That's it. I'm super impressed with this. So give them the pen. Oh, happy. So then hopefully they'll come through. Go. I'll see all these different locations as well in here. So it's really got some. Is that the location? That location. Hopefully they'll get the fact that there's no page here. They'll be like, I'll add a few more palm trees down here to really get the thing at some. Yeah, I like to it. Once I've done adding to it, I'll probably come back. But for now, I'm super impressed with these. So yeah, I'm going to take these off. See if I can snap this off. I might just leave it for now. Yeah, it kind of looks like a magic wand already. Yeah, brilliant. I'll show you at the end what I come up with, and then we'll wrap this video up. So let's see what I've got. What I came up with. Already seen this. Resurrection costs 25,000, 3 levels of XP, high level 17 plus wizard to perform the ritual at a specific location, and then on this page the drawing of the island, so I'll say that, and here just to really ram it home, It's the map of their island. Hopefully the players will remember that and recognise it. X marks the spot on the mount of the skull that they recognise. There's one more thing. That's here, which is a little warning, resurrection warning. And I want to get 2 Stephen King references in, so sometimes dead is better, and sometimes they come back changed. And then there's, oh, what's this? Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Which you should all definitely do. And that's it. That's my what I come up with. If you want to see this in action, the Let's Play will be on the channel, so you can watch them use this and look through it and see what it's done. But for now, that was it. That was this fun little video making a over-the-top prop, because I feel it needed it. If we're having a character coming back or trying to get a character back, it needs a bit of effort put into it. But that's it for this video, guys. Stay safe. Till the next one, stay safe, take care. Bye bye.